Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of Vegan Breakthrough Podcast. And today we have Vegan Erica as our guest. Vegan Erica from vegan-erica.com. Hi Erica.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very, very good. So Erica, can you please tell me how long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan. This is actually been a year. I became vegan in September of 2016, but I was vegetarian prior to that for about 8 years, and the transition to being vegan has just been out of this world.
Okay, so can you tell us more? What were some immediate transformations you noticed about your health?
I noticed right away that my mood improved drastically. All of those crazy mood swings that women often have, they are just gone. I'm happy 100% of the time. I'm always upbeat. I'm never sluggish. Those are just great things to have me motivated throughout the day. Some other really great things is that I lost weight very fast, but in a very healthy way. I was consuming so much more water, and I still am. I always have water within arm's reach, and food just tastes amazing. The food is incredible. And that's something that I didn't really think would be possible with a vegan lifestyle, but I appreciate food so much more.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. Vegan food is amazing. And what do you think, what is the biggest misconception about being vegan?
One of the biggest ones is that people believe that we just don't get enough protein. And to me, that just kind of seems absurd because I look at some of the strongest animals on this planet and they thrive on plants. And we have to go back and think that all of our protein comes from plants because the strongest animals get their protein from plants. And when you look at it in that perspective, it just makes so much more sense.
Yeah, totally agree. And what about health concerns? Because some people are afraid that if they go vegan, their health can suffer. So what do you think, what you can share about unhealthy ways of being vegan?
I think this goes along with any lifestyle you live. The unhealthy factor will be there. I think bringing out the knowledge and that content is the first thing you should do. So people who are wondering that, you're in the right direction of trying to find ways to be healthy. So foods that are not healthy in a vegan diet, I call them the accidentally vegan foods. Things that are processed like Oreos and potato chips, those sorts of things are just accidentally vegan in my eyes. So working on those whole plant-based foods, things that look almost as close to nature when you're consuming them are the types of foods that you should really be focusing on.
Right. So you have your website, vegan-erica.com, and you also are contributing to lifekindly.co, right?
Yes.
Yes, and you have several articles on that website. So for example, you mentioned soy. So what do you think people should know about if they are not familiar with soy products at all and they want to go vegan? And obviously soy products is a big part of modern vegan diet. So what do you think the most important thing people should know about soy products?
You know, this is another one of those controversial topics where everyone will form their own opinion based off of what they believe. But the information is out there based off of which kind of soy product to consume and why. If it is a fermented soy product like tempeh or tofu, those are products that are great for you, especially for your gut health. But if you're talking about things that are processed soy, any processed things are just not great for the body. Our bodies were not meant to have processed ingredients in them. So focusing on that whole plant-based soy product is the direction that you should be going. Those are the foods that really will benefit you.
Okay. And have you heard this idea that men should not eat soy products and eat soy meal because soy feminizes man? Have you heard about this?
I have. I know that there's an estrogen-like compound within soy, and that's what a lot of fear comes from, where men are nervous to eat it. But then I look back at different cultures across the world and how they consume soy almost every day, and that's not a concern for them. So I'm not really sure on where to stand on this. I know that there are a lot of people who have this concern, especially women, for example, who have had breast cancer or are diagnosed with breast cancer, and their doctors are telling them not to consume this. And I mean, this is a topic that can go on and on for quite a bit. But I think at this point, people who are concerned about this is where your information is what you need to be looking up and finding ways and getting in touch with people who know this information to give the truth.
Right. Okay. And so before becoming vegan, you have been vegetarian for 8 years, right?
Yes.
So what was the primary reason for you to become vegetarian in the first place?
Oh my goodness. So I actually became vegetarian a couple of times when I was a kid, and it just never stuck. I was eating those accidentally vegan foods, and I just was extremely unhealthy because I didn't know anything. And the information really wasn't out there for me when I was younger. And at this point, when I became vegetarian, it was mainly because I just loved animals more than anything in the world. And I thought if I stopped eating meat, that was the biggest achievement I could do in helping animals. And then as the years went on, I started learning a little bit more, especially about the dairy industry. And that hit me a year ago. And I learned a lot of information. And as soon as I saw one video, I couldn't look back. And that's where I am at this point, where the truth has now gotten to me and I have to advocate based off of that truth.
Okay. And what was this video?
This was a video. It was a woman talking about what is behind the scenes within factory farms with the dairy industry. So how milk is always available. I never thought about this. I never assumed what goes on that allows a cow to always have milk available. And then what happens to the baby calves. And as soon as I learned all of this, I was just traumatized. There was absolutely no way I could go back to eating anything with dairy. And that's been the biggest thing for my life so far. And I think I've become a better person because of it.
Totally. Yeah. Some people are touched by the environmental threat that animal agriculture has. Some people are touched by the health concerns that they realize that they will have health problems. Some people are touched by ethical side of the animal agriculture, how unethical it is. For example, with my wife, she couldn't get rid of dairy products until she saw how a baby calf is being taken away from the cow, from his mother, and how she's screaming her lungs out. She's following this little truck where they taking this baby calf away. And my wife, she was a mother. Our son was just born. So once she realized that she's a mother herself, and that is what's going on with the baby calves and with the cows, it was the turning point. She didn't need to hear anything else. She didn't need to watch anything else. That was the turning point for her. So I totally understand what you're saying with the videos that you saw and how it affected you. And how did your family, your boyfriend or your husband and your family members, how did they react when you decided to become vegan?
Well, I'm going to take a step back from that for a second. When I became vegetarian, that was just almost impossible for my family to accept when it comes to eating out or cooking meals together or sitting. And it got to the point where I was the one preparing food for myself in order to go to someone's event or going to family dinner. And that was just kind of opening their eyes to seeing other ways to eat food. And then when I became vegan, it was almost an assumption of, well, now I have no idea how to feed you. And I have a lot of family that still feels that way and a lot of friends. And so I bring those healthy options to them. But that's how it is with the food. When it comes to the animal piece, though, I have a lot of family that either gets it or they just don't want to know. Mm-hmm. And that's the piece that just really breaks my heart, because I am someone who, if the truth is there, I'm going to find it. And that is where my heart is going to lie. And I feel so strongly about animals. And that's just what I had to do. And my fiance is 100% on board with me. He actually, from being a meat eater, came all the way down, and now he's in almost a full vegetarian lifestyle. And he's transitioning his life in that way. And it's just really great to have someone stick with me and be by my side 100% at a time. So we're not married just yet, but we've been together for quite a while. And he, it's funny, when I cook meals, he eats what I provide for him. Right. So he has vegan meals 90% of the time. The only time he might not is if we go out to eat somewhere. So those healthy plant-based meals are always a part of his diet.
Right. So it's not like he's asking you to cook some meat for him, right?
Oh, of course not. I don't even think I'd be able to enter that kitchen if I was to do that job for him. Right.
And what about your close friends? Were you able to convert anyone to veganism?
I haven't done any of that yet. Most of my friends at this point know, and I think that I've incorporated into their lifestyles healthy plant-based options. And I think that's a great starting point for people who are trying to incorporate that into their families and into their friends, because it's a hard transition. It's a lot of information up front. There's a lot of health benefits in general just to having a plant-based diet. And so besides the health and besides the animal rights and besides the environment, that's just so much content for someone to absorb so quickly. So if I could be someone that's slowly transitioning someone in the right direction based off of knowledge and content and healthy eating, then that's the direction that I'm going to go.
Perfect. Okay. And the one question that I always ask people that I interview, what would be your piece of guidance to people who really want to try vegan diet, but they're just afraid that it would be too difficult, too inconvenient for them? What would be a piece of guidance for them from you?
Yeah, of course. I would really recommend slowly starting by adding more fruits and vegetables into your diet, whether it be raw fruits and vegetables, whether it be steamed fruits and vegetables, whether it be a smoothie right after you get out of a workout. Incorporating those things first will make the transition a little bit easier. It is hard cooking meals for yourself when you have absolutely no idea what to put in your food. It is difficult trying to find real content and recipes that work and will not take a really long time or too many ingredients. That's something that's just a learning path for people. So if you can slowly start to incorporate healthy food into your lifestyle, that transition will slowly start to be going in the right direction.
On your website, you are offering your ebook, A Simple Guide to a Healthier Life, right?
Right, I am. And that's something that's going to provide a lot of content. Everything from guiding your health with food, the power of plants, gut function, daily movement, all of that information is provided within this ebook. The point of this is so that people who aren't vegan or people who are starting to become vegan have somebody to help support their path in that journey, because it's really hard. I didn't have anybody, and I still kind of don't at this point. I'm a year in, and now how do I incorporate more healthy things into my lifestyle? And I think that if there is somebody that could provide that support for others, then that's what I want to do for people.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I want to say thank you for this interview.
Thank you as well, too. I really appreciate it.
Guys, thank you so much for being with us today. For more information about Erica, please visit veganbreakthrough.com/11 to see the show notes page. Take care.